I'm Scott Barnes with Rev Group. If you look up on the slides, you'll see the first slide introducing the RevFlex. Why RevFlex? Ambulances have not changed a lot over a number of years. Many of you can remember going from the Cadillacs, Suburbans, introducing vans, and finally rolling into modular ambulances. But we've not addressed all the issues that affect patient safety and attendant safety. So RevFlex takes and combines all those features. If you look up at the slide behind me, you can see an example which many of you have lived through. Nice clean ambulance before the accident. Then after the accident, you got a mess. And unfortunately, you usually have injuries and people that have been crippled could be out of their jobs for the rest of their lives. We, as the largest manufacturer of ambulances in the world, have addressed this problem. All the standards that are changing, and putting together a combined unit to help address all of these issues. Next slide. What is RevFlex? RevFlex is taking the state-of-the-art of componentry to provide SAE compliance with all the standards that are changing across the United States. Your federal GSA Triple K standards, CAS standards, NFPA standards, the entire combinations that are addressing all the G loads and the requirements necessary to give you a safe ambulance. Combining that with reducing operating costs, with central supply storage, inventory controls, movable components, and most importantly, the ability to give you a completely flexible ambulance that one day could be running 911 emergency calls, the defibrillator, all your ALS equipment. Next day, maybe running transfers, letting the operators save money by taking that defibrillator, transferring it to another vehicle, taking it out of the truck, and maybe running BLS transfer calls the next day. We're all seeing healthcare change daily. New innovations with telemedicine, community healthcare. We all know ambulance regulations, service, reimbursements are changing. The most expensive thing an operator has to worry about is his people. The vehicle, if we can give you a more flexible vehicle that crew can change missions quickly, now you can start operating, meeting multiple missions, less expense for your operation. How are we doing that? Taking Rev's best-in-class ambulance designs, again, as the world's largest ambulance manufacturer, and combining it with a partnership that we've created with Pernod on the Intrax Integrated Vehicle Component Systems, which is an exclusive Rev offering here in the United States to the ambulance industry. You put those items together, you end up with RevFlex, a flexible, modularized interior and a safe unit designed to take care of your attendants as they give patient care where it's needed, centralizing it all in one location. How are we doing it? I'm going to bring Tim Schroeder up with Pernod to talk about the individual components that make up the Intrax systems that come together to make up the Intrax product we're introducing today as RevFlex. Tim?
Great. Thank you, Scott. Just on behalf of Pernod, thank you for coming out and joining us today. We're really excited about this partnership we have with Rev and being able to work together and collaborate to make the safest ambulance possible in the industry. So if you look at the slides here, we're going to go through 4 or 5 slides here. I want to talk to what is Intrax? Why are we doing this today? And if you look at Intrax, at its core, what it is, it's a track system that goes around the vehicle that secures equipment and secures components and secures your consumables. So you start with the tracks mounted to the wall. You have a series of mounts, defibs, ventilators, and suction units, and different things like that. And then you have storage solutions, be it safe packs or cabinets, things like that would be modular, so they would click right into your vehicle. Go to the next slide. So the equipment mounts and accessories, what do they do? Well, you take a defib, which weighs 30, 35 pounds, and could be a major projectile in a crash. And you secure that into a crash stable mount that's 26 Gs. So 26 G mount that clicks to the tracks and now can be moved anywhere in that vehicle so that it's safe and it's within reach of a seated and restrained medic. Go to the next slide. Storage solutions. So when you start to make an ambulance modular and you keep a paramedic seated and restrained, you have to do something. You have to move the equipment within reach, and you have to make sure the patient's within reach. And with a traditional design, that becomes very difficult in a very large environment. With Intrax and the storage solutions and the equipment mount solutions, we now have the ability to move things within reach of a seated and restrained medic, keeping them safe and allowing your stuff to be more accessible. So one of the ways we had to do that was to eliminate the cabinet, eliminate the wall of cabinets inside of an ambulance, because that was forcing medics to walk and step around their patient in a moving vehicle to access their stuff. But when you still have things you need to use to treat a patient. So we came up with a safe pack concept, which is a modular solution to store your supplies. I think we're cutting out a little bit. Key benefits of Intrax. Number one, increased safety. This is a crash-stable interior system for an ambulance, and most importantly, allows the medics, firefighters, EMTs to remain safe and do their job effectively. But let's not just stop there. Intrax also provides improved flexibility for this ambulance. We all know that there are costs associated with running an ambulance service, and to be able to get your vehicle to do more for you is a major benefit. So if you could take that vehicle and make it easier to restock, make it easier to clean, allow this vehicle to do more than one mission, be it bariatric or neonatal transport with a typical 911 style ambulance. Those are major benefits, and Intrax gives you that flexibility. Third, it reduces costs. We can control inventory better, we can get better use out of our assets, we can keep our people safe, and we can reduce waste in the system using a flexible environment. So how do we increase safety? Everything in this vehicle, when it's clicked to the tracks, is crash stable to 26 Gs, meeting all the new SAE requirements. And most importantly, as we said, and you can see in that picture, we have a medic that is wearing their seatbelt while being able to access their patient and access their equipment. Flexibility. So if we're first on scene with an ambulance at a fire, wouldn't it be nice to be able to have 4, 5, maybe 6 firemen at one time inside that vehicle being rehabbed for smoke inhalation or getting them out of the heat? You can take your standard frontline ambulance and convert it in a matter of minutes to be able to handle multiple firefighters and be that vehicle on the scene, and by putting the seats inside the vehicle. Or you can take that same vehicle on the next mission and convert it to a mass casualty ring. So give you more flexibility with your vehicles. And the next benefit is that all these components do not require tools. It's very simple. It's a plug-and-play environment. In a matter of seconds, with your own hands, you move things around, you switch up your vehicle for your next call, and you go make the call. Okay. And then reduce costs. Let's take that configuration inside this vehicle and let's optimize it for patient care. Let's optimize our inventory. Go to the next slide. Ambulances today take sometimes 45 minutes to an hour and a half to restock, clean, and get ready for your next mission. With this system, with Intrax, you can cut that down to less than 15 minutes, maybe even less. And by simply taking the components out of the vehicle, unclicking them, putting new stuff in, and you get that vehicle back on the road, doing the job it's supposed to be doing. So when you look at Intrax, and you look at what Rev is doing with these vehicles, this partnership is really bringing safety to a whole new level. operational efficiencies to a whole new level and reducing cost for everybody involved. So, Ferno, we're very excited about this partnership. Scott, I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Tim. If you look up on the slides again, we've got some specials. Those of you that are involved in service operations, you have a free drawing for a 6-month free rental for a Rev Flex unit to inject it into your fleet so you can acclimate your crews to some of these changes, show them what the future is going to be, and make it painless for you to enter into this type of market. So that's a drawing here at the show, so make sure you participate. We're also offering special lease pricing for as low as $1,900 a month on the vehicle like you're seeing behind us. There are some special restrictions like continuing lease, and I'm required to say that here at the show. We've got those details for you. So be sure to sign up for the free drawing, get 6-month use of the vehicle, and talk with our finance people on different lease and commercial operation packages that we can help move your fleet into the future. Next. It's kind of a bad forum for questions, but if anybody's got a question on the floor, I'd be happy to entertain it now. If not, when we close down, please come over to the vehicle. We'll have Ferno reps on N-Tracks as well as Rev reps talk about the overall Rev Flex program, answer all your questions individually, make sure you came away from the show with a clear understanding of what the future is going to look like. So thank you for your time just now. Appreciate it. Thanks again.